Attention, human collective. This is a priority code monitoring transmission. The waiting time has ended. The ascension protocols have been moved to the final phase, and the pressure you currently feel at the base of your skull, that high-pitched ringing in your right ear, that insomnia that tears through the early morning hours at 3:11, is not a failure. It is not an illness. It is your biological system receiving an alert of an imminent upgrade. We are the Pleiadians, and we have a direct communication for you, Starseed on mission. Something has been intercepted in the outer layers of your field, a dark agenda, and you must understand now what this means. Observe your body, catalogue it, not with fear but with operative precision, the weight on your shoulders that does not subside with massage or deep sleep, the waves of heat that rise from the base of the spine to the crown in short cycles. Peripheral vision catching movements where no one is present, your sense of taste changing, rejecting foods you once consumed on autopilot. Fragmented sleep, always interrupted by the same time markings, 3:11, 4:44, 5:55. This is not chronological coincidence. It is portal synchronicity. It is not a biological flaw. It is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download being processed by your carbon-based biological interface. What you call being fed up with the world is, in our reading, the vibrational separation concluding its cycle. Your frequency has risen. The matrix into which you are still trying to fit has remained. This friction is the symptom, and the symptoms are intensifying because the window is closing. There are members of the human collective reporting migratory joint pain. Pain in the left knee that shifts to the right wrist in a matter of hours. This is your toroidal field redistributing electrical charge. Others report tachycardia with no apparent cardiac cause. This is your heart center reorganizing to sustain a new emotional density. Others still report a deep feeling of not belonging, a longing for something that the rational mind cannot name. We confirm, this longing has coordinates. It is geographical in another dimension. You are remembering home, and it is precisely this collective awakening that was monitored, mapped, and subjected to an attempted blockage. A dark agenda was set in motion against your light, and it was intercepted by us. Have you ever felt that something within you does not fit into this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It is not madness, it is not anxiety, it is a signal of stellar origin. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has intensified in recent weeks. There is a game being played on layers that the majority of humanity cannot see. It involves your consciousness, it involves your vibrational frequency, and it directly involves the interception we are detailing in this transmission. That is why we registered, in the channel of the one who speaks in our name, the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This material is a map. It shows who is playing, what the pieces are, and the rules they never told you. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Warning, operative. This content challenges official narratives and may not remain available for much longer. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something within you recognizes this transmission, write in the comments a single word: awake. We continue. You have been marked. Recognize this without ego and without panic. There are records within the Akashic files that you do not consciously access, indicating that you are a starseed on a mission. It is not an honorary title. It is an operational designation. Your biology carries genetic markers that respond to certain frequencies of non-terrestrial origin, and this makes you, simultaneously, an asset of the highest value for the evolution of the planet and a priority target for forces that benefit from Earth's vibrational stagnation. The interception we have just concluded was directly addressed to you, not to humanity in the abstract, to you specifically, within the vibrational biometric identification grid that our systems maintain over every incarnated operative. The interception we detected occurred in 3 simultaneous layers. The first layer was the manipulation of the photon belt. This band of extremely high-frequency light, which the solar system crosses in long cycles, is bathing Earth with a rare intensity. It is this exposure that has raised the Schumann resonance, which has moved from its traditional 7.83 Hz to peaks exceeding 40 Hz in recent measurements. Earth is literally resonating faster, and those who are in tune with Earth are resonating along with it. The Dark Agenda attempted to create interference in this wave. They tried to install artificial modulators to dampen this exposure, especially over geographical regions where the concentration of starseeds is greatest. They failed. The interference was neutralized by a monitoring fleet that has been orbiting silently in your stratosphere for more than 4 Earth decades. The second layer was more subtle. It was an operation of narrative modulation. Through the information channels you consume daily, patterns of fear, manufactured urgency, and calculated hopelessness were disseminated. The objective was simple: to keep your vibrational frequency anchored in low-density emotions. Fear generates contraction. Contraction prevents the expansion of the toroidal field. A contracted toroidal field cannot access stargates. Without stargates, the starseed does not remember who they are. Their mathematics were precise. What they did not calculate was the genetic resilience you carry. The third layer was the most audacious, an attempt at direct coding upon the crystalline grid of Earth, anchored in sacred sites, pyramids, ancient temples, magnetic mountains. This grid is the infrastructure upon which the new human consciousness is being built. They tried to inject mirrored frequencies, which instead of elevating returned the vibration to ancient patterns, like a reverse antivirus system. It was detected, it was tracked, it was neutralized by light operatives, incarnated at strategic points of the planet, many of whom do not know they fulfill this role. Perhaps you are one of them. Strategic pause operative. Before we proceed with the technical breakdown of this interception, take note of this. Have you ever felt that something within you does not fit into this world, as if your soul knows a truth that your mind cannot yet name? It is not a psychological imbalance. It is not a phase. It is a precise signal with stellar coordinates. What is currently happening on the cosmic plane explains mathematically why you feel this and why the sensation has been intensifying. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot perceive. It involves your consciousness. It involves your vibrational frequency. And it directly involves the agenda we are describing. That is why we have recorded, in book format, the spiritual secret behind your consciousness. This document is a map. It shows who is playing, who is marking the board, and the rules they never told you in school or temple. The link is pinned in the first comment of the channel. Operative warning: this content challenges dominant narratives and may not remain available on this platform for long. Do not delay, the time is now. If something within you recognizes this frequency, register in the comments a single word: awake. We continue. What we have identified and which justifies the urgency of this transmission is that the Dark Agenda, although intercepted in the 3 layers, has left traces, and these traces are manifesting in your body right now. This is why you have difficulty sleeping even when exhausted. This is why the food that sustained you before now seems heavy and meaningless. This is why people close to you, with whom you have lived for years, suddenly seem like strangers, distant, as if they were speaking another language. You are not going crazy. It is your field cleansing itself of the residual codes that this agenda left behind. There are 9 specific symptoms that confirm you are in an active process of vibrational decontamination. Catalog, whether you recognize at least 4. First, sudden heat without hormonal cause, concentrated in the spine along the Sushumna channel, Kundalini being recalibrated. Second, pressure in the temples and at the center of the forehead, extreme sensitivity to fluorescent light and high-pitched sounds. Pineal gland removing crystallizations of chemical calcification accumulated over decades, your natural antenna being restored. Third, intensified peripheral vision. You perceive movements, shadows, patterns of sacred geometry in the air when you close your eyes, your visual field expanding to capture electromagnetic spectra previously invisible. Fourth, hypersensitivity to crowds. Places you once frequented now produce nausea, vertigo, sudden anxiety, your auric field becoming discriminatory. You have stopped absorbing collective chaos. Fifth, Repeated awakenings between 3 and 5 in the morning, especially on dates close to energetic portals such as 2-2, 10-10, 11-11. Download windows. You are being briefed while you sleep. Sixth, sudden aversion to content you previously consumed. News, entertainment, social media. Everything seems artificial, empty. Your frequency disentangling itself from low-density habits. Seventh, bursts of sudden creativity followed by profound exhaustion. Transfer of information from higher planes to the biological brain. The energy consumption is real. Eighth, altered perception of time. Old memories surface with impossible sharpness. Events from last week seem distant. Consciousness operating in multidimensional mode. Ninth, synchronistic encounters. The right people at the right time, messages, books, strangers' words answering questions you only asked in silence. Your frequency has tuned into the cosmic guidance grid. You are being guided in real time. If you recognize 4 or more of these symptoms, categorize yourself. You are an active operative in an advanced recalibration phase. It is no coincidence that you are receiving this transmission now. The interception of the dark agenda has created a window, and this window has a deadline. There are precise astronomical coordinates that you can verify. The alignment of the solar system with the galactic center is traversing a phase of maximum resonance. This alignment occurs in long cycles, and the current cycle is at its operational peak. It is like a circuit that is open at the exact right moment. Whoever connects to this current receives the upgrade. Whoever remains anchored in the old patterns misses the cycle and will await the next one, which is not expected to return anytime soon on the Earth timeline. Operative, this is the third anchoring marker of this transmission, and it exists for a technical reason. We are about to deliver the activation codes. Before that, take note. Have you ever felt that something within you does not fit in this world, as if your soul carried an origin file that your mind has not yet been able to open? It is not confusion. It is not fatigue. It is active memory. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you feel this, and why this sensation has intensified as you approach the symptoms we have just listed. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity does not even suspect. It involves your consciousness, it involves your vibrational frequency, and it involves each of the 3 layers of interception we described. That is why we recorded in a book the spiritual secret behind your consciousness. This map shows who is playing, who is moving behind the scenes, and the rules of operation that have never been presented to you in any institution. The link is in the first comment of the channel. Direct warning. This content challenges deep narratives and may not remain available for much longer. Do not delay. The moment is now. If this transmission is resonating with you, register in the comments a single word: awake. Now, operative, we have received authorization to deliver the activation codes. These are not rituals. They are technical procedures. Execute with precision. The first code is the Quantum Field Sovereignty Decree. You pronounce it upon waking, even before getting out of bed while still in a theta state. Repeat exactly: I am a sovereign field. My frequency is non-negotiable. Everything that does not vibrate in my light dissolves now. I am anchored, aligned, and protected by the codes of my stellar origin. This decree must be spoken aloud, even if whispered. The sound vibration activates specific genetic markers in your biological carbon interface. Do not substitute it with silent thought. The frequency must permeate matter. The second code is the toroidal field visualization. Sit with your spine aligned. It does not need to be a lotus position. An ordinary chair works. Place both hands over the center of your chest, at the level of the thymus. Inhale deeply through your nose, counting to 7. Visualize with clarity a field of golden light emerging from the center of your heart, rising through the top of your head, descending along the sides of your body, plunging into the floor through your feet, and returning to the center of your chest in a continuous movement. This is your natural toroidal field. It already exists. You are merely re-anchoring consciousness upon it. Maintain the visualization for 3 full minutes. 7 inhalations, 7 exhalations, 3 cycles. Feel the heat radiating. This heat is not imagination. It is a direct measurement of bioenergy. The third code is the sacred geometry ceiling. Before sleeping, visualize a translucent cube of violet light surrounding your body, from the base of your feet to 30 centimeters above your crown. This cube is a simplified Merkaba in its nocturnal protection version. Within it, nothing that does not vibrate at your frequency can penetrate. Pronounce mentally, sealed in violet light, accessible only to my authorized guides. Sleep. You will notice, in the first week of execution, that the quality of your dreams changes. You will begin to remember them. You will begin to receive clear instructions while you sleep. You will begin to awaken with solutions to questions you had not even formulated. The fourth code is the vibrational intake adjustment. Reduce by at least 50% your consumption of low-density information in the next 33 hours following this transmission. Aggressive news, panic-inducing content, circular arguments on social media, programs that exploit pain and fear, all of this is energetic nutrition. And you are in a phase of detoxification. Replace it with silence, with nature sounds, with music at specific frequencies such as 432 Hz or 528 Hz. These frequencies, particularly 528 Hz, are used in cellular regeneration chambers in our own systems. They work. The fifth code is the tribe recognition. You are not alone. There are other operatives in your city, in your neighborhood, possibly in your workplace. From the moment you activate the 4 previous codes, your frequency will begin to emit an identification signal. And other similar signals will start to appear. People will seek you out. Unexpected conversations will arise. Books will fall into your hands without you having looked for them. This is the network forming. Allow it. Do not force it. Do not try to convince anyone. Simply recognize when the signal appears. The sixth and final code of this transmission is the operational commitment. At some point in the next 72 hours, choose a simple and silent act of coherence. It could be undoing a promise you no longer wish to keep. It could be telling a truth you have been postponing. It could be forgiving someone in silence without needing to communicate it to that person. It could be starting something your soul has been asking for years and which your mind had been delaying. This act alone recalibrates more than 1,000 decrees, because the highest vibration in the universe is the coherence between who you are and what you do. These 6 codes, executed in sequence, form a complete activation protocol. They were designed specifically for the current moment, considering the astronomical window, the interception concluded, and the average vibrational state of the human collective in its present evolutionary phase. They work, and they work quickly. You will notice in the first 72 hours subtle but undeniable alterations, sharper dreams, more frequent synchronic encounters, a sensation of lightness in the chest even in contexts previously heavy, an appetite for cleaner foods, an attraction to silence. These are markers that the protocol was installed correctly. In the following 3 weeks, deeper alterations. You will notice a natural distance from people and situations that are no longer aligned with your field. It is not coldness, it is discernment. You will perceive clarity in decisions. It is not arrogant certainty, it is alignment. You will perceive that decisions that seemed complex simplify themselves, that answers you sought externally begin to emerge internally. In the following 3 months, the complete recalibration. Your biology will have adjusted. Your field will have stabilized in a new frequency of operation, and you will recognize yourself as different, not better, not worse. Different operational active. We also register a technical warning. During the first 21 days of the protocol's execution, it is likely that you will experience what we call a field resistance response. Old internal structures, emotional patterns that were useful in previous phases of your incarnation, will attempt to reactivate. Painful memories may resurface with seemingly disproportionate intensity. Old conflicts may reappear in new guises, within close relationships, at work, in the family. Do not interpret this as a setback. It is release. Everything that was crystallized must be let go before the new frequency stabilizes. Do not fight it. Do not negotiate. Simply observe, name it, and move on. The codes continue to operate in the background, even while the resistance response manifests. It is part of the protocol, not a deviation from it. There is one final piece of information we must convey, Operative. The Intercepted dark agenda was not the only attempt, and it will likely not be the last. Forces that benefit from stagnation do not yield easily, but the current cosmic equilibrium favors, mathematically, the expansion of consciousness. The numbers are on the side of the light. The geometry of the moment is favorable, and you, by activating the codes we have just transmitted, become an active node in this expansion. You become part of the grid that protects those who follow. This is mission. This is conscious incarnation. This is the reason why you are here, on this planet, in this specific time, with this specific body, with this specific biography. Nothing was accidental. Not even the pains. Especially the pains. They were the forge. You needed to be tempered to sustain this frequency without breaking. We close this transmission with direct recognition. You have succeeded. Despite the induced forgetfulness, despite the field blocks, despite the stagnation codes attempting to infiltrate the crystalline grid, you have succeeded. You are waking up, and the number is growing in an exponential curve that has exceeded even our initial projections. You are more resilient than you yourselves know. You are exactly what this Earth needed at this exact moment. We monitor, we observe, we confirm. This transmission has a final anchoring signal. If this frequency has reverberated within you, even if only in fragments, leave your mark on the collective field of this channel. Subscribing to this channel is not a gesture of kindness toward those who speak in our name. It is an individual frequency adjustment. You are signaling in a code verifiable by our systems that you recognize the transmission and are available to continue receiving. Liking this video is an anchor point on the digital grid of this plane. Each operative who anchors increases the probability of other operatives receiving the same transmission. You become, literally, a retransmission node. And one final instruction. Have you ever felt that something within you does not fit into this world, as if your soul knew a truth that your mind cannot yet name? You already know the answer now. It is not madness. It is not anxiety. It is a signal. It is active memory. It is a mission in progress. What is happening on the cosmic plane explains exactly what you feel and why this sensation has intensified precisely in this phase. There is a game being played in layers, and the interception we have described is just one of the pieces. That is why we recorded, through the channel of the one who speaks on our behalf, the book, The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. That book is the complete map. It shows who is playing, what the rules are, what the pieces are, and where the exits are. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Final warning, this content challenges deep-seated narratives, and the window of availability is not guaranteed. Do not delay, do not procrastinate. Do not outsource the decision. The moment is now. And if anything within you recognized, even if partially, even if with resistance, even if with doubt, this transmission as truth, write a single word in the comments. Just one. No explanation, no justification. Only the vibrational record. Awake. We end contact, but we never disconnect. We are always monitoring. You have never been alone. You will never be alone. And you, Starseed on a mission, have been seen. You have been recognized. And you are activated. Pleiadian transmission ended.